Hello?
I'm sorry to disturb you. It's connected to Margaret Reid.
Who is this?
You don't know me. Are you related to Margaret?
Aye, her brother. Who is this?
My name is Eileen Banks. Was your sister the wife of a man called Kevin Reid?
My sister's been declared dead. You want?
Some help? Some answers? My daughter Anna is missing.
I don't understand what that's got to do with Margaret and Kevin.
Anna is Kevin's second wife.
They moved me off the ward. I like the ward. And I don't like being in this room all by myself. You come to fix the television, it's not working.
Mum, it's me. Look, I've taken some leave and I've moved into your flat so I can sort everything out.
Because you see, to the television, it's not working.
Ma, it's Mike.
Don't you get over familiar with me, Sonny Jim.
Mike! Sorry to bother you like this, but I called your office in London and went...
Oh, Hennessy.
Aye.
Oh, good God, man.
Hey,
How are you? Good, man.
Good to see you.
I didn't know who else to turn to, and when I knew you were up here, I thought, you know...
Ah, she's got senile dementia. She thought I was a bloody TV repairman, and I'm forking out for a private room for her, but I don't think she appreciates it.
Mike, I'd appreciate it if we'd just have a wee drink and a chat. It's about Margaret.
Your wife?
No, my sister. Good few years younger than me, or you for that matter.
Oh, Margaret, yes, I remember.
She went missing 8 years ago. Never found a trace of her. Vanished into thin air. Her husband, Kevin Reid, he got her life insurance after 7 years, 30 grand. And then last night, I gets this call from a woman called Eileen Banks.
Look, Bill, I'm only really here for a couple of days to sort out my mum.
Kevin Reid moved to London, and this Eileen Banks says he married her daughter. Now get this, she went missing 7 months ago. Same scenario, no trace, nada. Now, before you go back to London, could you take a look through this? I've got a video here, and there's some stuff there. Now, you'll see that his brother Ronnie still owns a garage here. Now, I think he lied, and I'm pretty damn sure his bastard brother Kevin lied as well.
In other news, police have been searching for local woman Margaret Reid, who went missing 3 days ago. Her husband appeared today at a press conference to appeal for help.
I'd just like to appeal to anyone who knows where my wife Margaret is, or if anyone has any information at all, I'm begging them, please, to come forward with it. Anything. Yes, Margaret, if you're watching this, please come home. miss you desperately. Sorry. Please come home and let me make it better.
Chief Superintendent.
Hi.
D.I. Jack Mullins.
Ah, thanks for seeing me.
Often we get a hot shot from Scotland Yard up here, sir. I know you're doing a favour, so I pulled the old files. I was on the case, DS back then. Just in here, sir. And watch that door, because the paint's still wet.
I get no authority to make this official.
I understand that, sir. But as you can see for yourself, it's a pretty extensive search and investigation.
Bo Hennessy, he got a phone call.
Yeah, you said, but see, we have no information on the second wife, so nobody's made any contact here. I understand his concerns. The guy was never off the doorstep, sir. And a missing person in London. There's not a lot we can do about that.
Okay, what about motive? Husband?
The wife's life insurance. He's had to wait 7 years for it to be declared dead. Shall I leave you to it, then?
Good idea.
There's a coffee machine down the corridor if...
Yeah, careful, don't push too hard. Satchel. Mike, how's your mum? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What? Yeah, well, I can't really, Mike. You know, I've got to cram for my DI's interview and I've got Abigail with me. All right, hold on. Look, give me the names and I'll call them, mate. Yeah, missing persons. Kevin Reid. All right, Kevin Reid and who?
Ronnie Reid? You Ronald Reid?
Yeah. Who are you?
Detective Chief Superintendent Mike Walker, Scotland Yard.
From London. What do you want?
It's about your sister-in-law. You were interviewed when Margaret went missing. You were away.
Yeah. Went to a Stockholm recent event.
Westbourne, yeah, I know. So, your brother's done all right for himself, hasn't he? 30 grand life insurance policy. Give you a few quid, did he? He's in London now. Did you hear his second wife has gone missing? Anna. Did you know Anna Reid? Oh, you got a photograph of her. That's Margaret, isn't it? The dog. Is it yours?
He's dead.
So's Margaret. Almost 8 years. That's a long time to keep her photograph up, son. You must have thought a lot of her. Lovely looking woman.
Should have said something at the time. But it was gone. I didn't think it meant anything, but I do now.
What? What?
The box. The box.
Oh, hello. Hi. Well, hi, Paul. Come in. Look, sorry about this. I've got to pack up all our stuff because the council are going to need her flat back.
Is she not coming home then?
Nah, afraid not. She's going to need constant care. Whiskey.
Hi.
Look, I talked to Ronnie Reid, eh? And, I mean, God, it took a hell of a time to get it out of him. His stammer got worse the more worked up he got.
Aye, brothers were as different as chalk and cheese. So, what you saying then, Ronnie?
According to him, there was a box, kind of wooden box, and his brother made it in his dad's place.
A box?
Aye, a wooden box, like a crate for storage.
So, is he saying that Margaret's body could have been in that box? I mean, wouldn't you have checked the bloody house?
Not necessarily, Bill. And by the time they suspected she was dead, the box could have been long gone.
Oh, Christ. And you bastards cover for each other, don't you? Eh? You're telling me that all the while that we were searching for her, that she could have been in that box? I mean, that bastard killed her. And maybe he killed his second wife too. And if you can't get him for Margaret, then at least try for Eileen Banks' daughter, will you?
It's all this about a fucking box, Ronnie. And how come you suddenly remember it?
I told him, but it wasn't.
Wasn't what? What? How big was this box that was there and then not fucking there? If anything comes of this, I'll do you for withholding evidence. On you go.
The arresting officer should not be made privy.
Mike, you're back.
They moved her back to the ward. She didn't like being in a private room.
Oh, she getting better, is she?
No, Sat, she ain't getting better. She never will. She even regressed when I was there. Have you got any more?
I'm doing my revision. It's easier whilst Abby's asleep. I'll get less interruptions.
You get anything for me from missing persons?
Oh, yeah, not a lot. Putney Nick are handling it. Seems this Anna Reid just walked out. Husband reported her missing.
Joining me?
Mike, I've got to work. It's not just the DI's board. I've put in for management courses as well.
I knew her family, Satch. The box only came up because I spoke to the husband's brother.
What box?
Yeah, the husband's made it at his father's place. But then it was removed.
What, and you think she was inside it? But hang on a minute, which wife?
The first one, I haven't even checked out the second. Gotta be honest, I don't really know if I can be bothered to get involved in the med of no jurisdiction in Scotland.
Well, to do anything, wouldn't you need evidence linking the first wife with this missing Anna Reid?
Yeah. I'm not back till next week, but I really was thinking of spending some time on my butt. Walker. Yes, speaking. Yeah, I'm sorry, who is this? Who's... Mrs. Banks. Ah, yes, Bill Hennessy. Get my bloody number out. Oh, yes, no, you'll have to speak louder. I can't hear you.
Mike, keep your voice down. I've only just got it off. Shit.
Shh. Mrs. Banks, yeah?
Detective Chief Superintendent Walker.
Yes, Mrs. Banks.
Eileen, please.
Eileen, come in. As I explained to the telephone, Eileen, I'm really on leave. I only became involved in
Bill
this
Hennessy
case.
told me. But you have some kind of development.
I wouldn't really describe it as such, no.
7 months. My daughter has not withdrawn any money. She's made no contact with me or anyone else.
What about a passport?
Her husband said it was gone, along with some money, a few clothes, and her makeup bag.
Did anyone see her?
No. Nobody saw her. No calls, no emails. She has just disappeared. And I'm telling you, it is totally out of character for her to have done that.
Would you like a cup of tea or something?
No, thank you. I wasn't suspicious until a private detective found the details of Kevin's first wife.
Margaret.
She disappeared in exactly the same way as my daughter. Now, isn't that reason enough to arrest him? This man is a monster.
Mrs. Banks, there really is nothing more I can do.
Well, you should. He's moved in a new woman, did you know that? Younger, of course, Jenny something, thinks she works at the same dental practice. He's living with her.
Yeah, what have you got for me? Whoa. Draw breath, Geoffrey.
You won't believe it, but I've got 3. Box found in Devon 9 years ago, decomposed body and still unidentified. Another one in Manchester, but it turned out to be a dog, a St. Bernard. I think the best bet would be one uncovered 6 years ago. It was found near a derelict building, and they reckon animals had started to dig it up. Anyway, 2 kids found it, probably thought it was buried treasure. I think...
Geoffrey, Don't think. I'll get in touch. Do they still have the box?
I didn't ask, sorry. They have retained the skeleton. The reason I think this could be your victim is because it was a female with auburn hair.
You thinking of moving in here with me?
Listen, this just came through this morning, but it leaves me in a kind of a catch-22 situation. I mean, with the original investigation being up in Glasgow, it could be a wild goose chase.
Mike, it's 9:30 in the morning. I've put Abby with a childminder and set aside the entire day to prepare for the interview.
Satch! A box containing a skeleton, female, was found in woodland near Thirsk in Yorkshire and has been unidentified for 6 years.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm saying we should go up there and check it out.
No way.
Yeah, I'll pay for the petrol.
Get the train.
Look, we can use the time. I'll brief you on the promotion process. I know the scores.
No, I am not driving you to bloody Yorkshire.
Here's our victim. I had a couple of trainees remove it from the storage. And it's wrong. Left ulnar, right ulnar. Oh dear, dear, dear. This is a metatarsal. Wrong way round.
I appreciate this, Doctor.
It was skeletonized when it was found. We're unable to give you a cause of death. There are no visible signs to the skull or the torso, and the only wounds are to the severed legs. We had no wedding rings or any other items left inside the box. Forensics discovered no fibres from carpets, clothing, etc. And your killer had to sever the victim's legs above the knees in order to fit the body into the box.
Jesus.
Some kind of jagged tooth saw was used. I'd put her age at around early 20s, hair reddish brown.
Cut off above the knee. I mean, that's a big bone, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And it would have taken some time. Due to the decomposition, the wooden box was coming apart, and then it had been infested with bugs. They didn't leave much.
Margaret's dentist, her husband.
Well, so if our records were compared with the body in the box, then they should have matched.
Yeah, only if he handed over the correct ones.
Sorry about that. Took me a while to locate it. Right. The box was retained for 18 months, but apparently it was rotten, falling apart, health hazard. The legs were on top of the body to fit it in. As far as I've gathered, they did a very extensive search and inquiry, but as you can see, obviously, they didn't have all that much to go on. The wood is a common cheap plywood, and the box had reinforced edges. These were pine strips.
Yeah, did they know if it was homemade or a crate bought over the counter?
According to this, they thought homemade.
Okay, did they know if the person who made it had any experience of carpentry?
No idea. These are interesting, and were kept. 2 large nails, very old. Unusual striation patterns, probably forged at a blacksmith's.
Got to get back, Mike. The childminder's costing me £8 an hour. I can't put that on my expenses, can I?
No, Kevin's father was a carpenter. The box was in his place for some time. He would be the first one to question.
Well, that'd be a bit difficult, sir, considering he's in his own box and his house is demolished.
It was Margaret, dear Mullins. I know it. Same height, hair colouring, everything fits.
If it was found in Yorkshire, they might want to head up any murder inquiry. So, could get quite complicated, so...
Yeah, and that bastard could be lining up his third victim. Look, don't give me this crap about jurisdiction between Yorkshire and Scotland.
Hello? Hello?
Mullins? Hello? Damn, signal's gone.
Yeah, use mine. Have you found out what kind of car your dentist was driving at the time Margaret went missing?
No.
Well, he'd have to have something big enough to fit the box in, wouldn't he? And if he hadn't, maybe he hired a van. Be hard pushed to fit a box that size in a minute, wouldn't he?
I'll get it. You start serving.
Whoever it is, tell them we'll call them back.
It was your brother. He seemed upset about something.
Probably getting up the guts to ask for another loan. Darling, when you put a hot plate on a table, put another mat there. I'll talk to him, you serve. Yep.
They found a body. Could be Margaret's. Are you listening?
Yes, Bill, I'm listening. No one has contacted me, so... There have been others, Bill. I won't get my hopes up.
Hopes up? You two-faced lying wee shite. Your only hope was that you get away with it. And your second wife, have you killed her too? Oh, and Ronnie. Ronnie's been helping police with their inquiries. And your own brother. Time's running out, Kevin.
I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to meeting Ronnie or not. Was it him again?
Yeah, he's in trouble as usual. But at least it's only 500. That was delicious. Thank you.
I wondered if it was about Anna. To be honest, I do every time the phone rings.
Yeah, but it's getting easier. You have made my life worth living, Jen. I don't know how I would have got through these past months. You know, I've been thinking about us, about really making a clean break. You know, say moving to, well, I'm not sure where to, just sell the house and emigrate.
Emigrate?
Yeah. My main concern is that you may not want to come with me.
Darling, I'm sorry if I don't sound enthusiastic. It's such a big decision. And then there's your practice. Let's talk about it in bed.
Okay.
You could persuade me to do anything from there.
You know what I'll do? You get into the bath and leave the dishes to me, and I'll bring up coffee.
I don't believe this.
It's true.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a deal.
I want you to look at some photographs. I want you to have a really good look at these. The box you were talking about, you said it was about that size. Is that right? Take a look. Take a good look. Is that the box that was at your dad's place? It's not big enough to fit a body inside, though, is it? Is it? That is, unless you amputate the legs above the knee, like so. Don't give me any more of your crap, Ronnie. After your sudden fucking recall of memory about this box, you spill it out. You're making me look like a right prick. You calling me a prick, Ronnie?
No.
Your brother was making a box on your father's carpentry bench. Is that right? Is that right, Ron?
I can't be sure if it's that one.
Did you help him move it? It must have been heavy. If Margaret's body was in it, it must have been heavy. Was it?
I did not.
I'm gonna clean this up, Ronnie. If this skeleton turns out to be Margaret, I'll be back for you.
Okay, so here we have the two wives of Kevin Reid, Margaret and Anna. Both of them went missing in very similar circumstances. Both just disappeared without trace. One in Scotland, one here in London.
Sorry, I'm D.I. Moira Lynch. I am...
You're late. Sit down. Ronnie Reid, suspect's brother, mentioned seeing a box at his father's place at the time they were searching for Margaret. The skeleton was found 6 years ago in this box, obviously big enough to take the body, because as you can see, the legs were amputated above the knee. Now, with the DNA from her brother and sister, the skeleton has now been identified as Margaret Reid, but her dental records don't match. Now, that in itself is bloody suspicious, given that they were supplied by our suspect and he's a dentist. So the question is this the box that was seen at Kevin's dad's place? Motive. Kevin got 30 grand payout from a life insurance policy when Margaret was presumed dead. He sold their Glasgow house for 95 grand, then headed for London. Is there a life insurance policy on the second wife?
Oh, yes, he could stand to gain 50,000. But we've searched Kevin Reid's surgery and house and no incriminating evidence was discovered.
How many people have two wives go missing? I want to elevate your case to that of a full-scale murder inquiry.
But without a body...
It's imperative you liaise with Glasgow to ensure we have all the facts to date.
Reviewing the similarities, it also seems that we have no weapon, no witness, and in both cases, apparently no real motive.
Well, there's one for starters. Even though he did have to wait 7 years. Money.
But he has a substantial dental practice. He earns good money.
Yeah, a hell of a lot more than he made in Glasgow. You said it. He's rich. He's successful. He comes to London. He buys a practice. Maybe his wife, first wife, held him back. She comes from a decent, hard-working family. Not well-educated. She didn't work.
Different from his second wife. She was well-educated. The mother's got money.
So what are you saying? Just got bored and wanted to change wives? No. You have to have a lethal streak to cut up a body and fold it at the knees.
If he did it.
He did. I'm damn sure of it. If you had treated Anna Reid's disappearance as high risk.
But she wasn't. According to her husband, her passport, some clothing, a makeup bag, and some cash from the dressing table were missing.
Yeah, he says. But according to her mother, to take off without contacting her or anyone else is completely out of character. You should have paid more attention to her. Now, what do we know about this woman? The one who was moved into the suspect's house?
Jenny Miller, 22, dental hygienist, single, no police record. Kevin Reid has at all times been extremely helpful and accommodating in the search of both his dental practice and his home.
Yeah, I read your reports.
Well, from your question, I didn't think you had.
Jeffrey, what have you got on Kevin Reid's vehicles? Yeah. Well, where is it? Well, it seems our dentist has an eye for specialist cars. At the time his first wife, Margaret, went missing, he was driving a Jensen Interceptor. Very classy set of wheels. Now, do you think a box the size the body was found in could fit into the boot of a Jensen?
I wouldn't know. I drive a Ford Fiesta.
Let's find out. With me on this one?
Don't do that.
Huh?
Snap your fingers at me. I've worked long and hard to achieve this rank, and I'd like some respect.
I would like you to accompany me, Detective Inspector Lynch. Mr. Salam.
No, sir. He's in Dubai. I'm Jim, his personal mechanic.
Hello, Jim. Detective Chief Superintendent Mike Walker. This is D.I. Moira Lynch.
This is the Jensen. Mr. Salam said you could look over it.
Thanks. Pop the boot open for us, will you, Jim? How much would this have been worth?
Oh, that would depend on the condition. Back then, a good specimen might be 15 grand.
Moira. Look, both sides. 2 scratches deep, paint chipped. Jim, those marks in the boot, how did they come about?
Well, those scrapes were on the inside of the boot when the car was purchased.
$104.
Inches?
41. 18 inches.
tight fit, really tight fit.
I'll get stuck onto it, get forensics to mock up an actual box to test.
Yeah, but if it does match, that's another nail in Kevin's coffin.
Afternoon, Kevin Reid.
Mike Walker.
Pleasure. What can I do for you?
I'm afraid I have some very distressing news, Mr. Reid. Margaret's body has been recovered.
Oh, God.
Would you like to sit down?
You sure it's her?
Yes, we have DNA confirmation.
Where is she?
She was buried on waste ground in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire?
In a box.
Do they want me to see her?
Not unless you wish to do so. I'm really very sorry.
It's a relief. To be honest, I'd come to terms that she was dead, obviously. Nevertheless, it is still shocking.
It must be. Considering you're now going through a similar scenario with your second wife, Anna.
To have one wife walk out on me is bad enough, but two, well...
Do you think it's a coincidence? Mr. Reid, Margaret was murdered and her body was amputated. The amputation was to ensure the body would fit inside a box. Sure you don't want to sit down?
I did not kill my wife. If you have any evidence to even implicate me, then I suggest I have a solicitor present. I've nothing further to say.
Did you ever make or use a box like this?
It looks to me like a packing box. I bought similar ones for when I moved here from Glasgow, but I couldn't be sure.
Apparently you are currently cohabiting with a Miss Jennifer Miller. Was this relationship going on before?
What has happened between us is very recent. She's been a constant support. Excuse me. Yep.
You have two more patients, Mr. Reid. Oh, Jenny dropped in to say she's gone home.
Thank you.
Miss Miller, is she aware of your previous situation regarding Margaret?
Yes, she is. Please. Hello, Rebecca. Come on in. I promise, no drills today, just a checkup, okay? Hi, Mrs. Matthews. Sorry to keep you waiting. Won't be long.
Hello. DCS Mike Walker. Do you need a hand? I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Do sit down.
Are you aware that Kevin Reid was married before? His wife was called Margaret, and she disappeared from the marital home in Glasgow about 8 years ago.
But
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Reid told me you knew of his first marriage.
no.
Margaret's skeleton has just been recovered. Anna is his second wife, and as you well know, she has gone missing. Did you know Anna?
Yes, I knew her.
Can you show me around?
Yes. Kevin has kept all her things. This is Anna's workroom. She was setting up a business on the internet, making curtains and clothes. That's her computer. And as you can see, all her things. And Mrs. Banks has been here. She said she wants everything, but she hasn't collected any of it, even though she insisted that nothing be taken away.
Understandable. Anna is her only daughter. Has all this been checked over?
Yes. We only packed them up when Kevin was told that he could.
So he's not expecting her home?
Jenny? Jen? What the hell's going on? Do you have a search warrant to be here?
Miss Miller kindly showed me upstairs to Anna's workroom.
I think you better leave now.
Thank you very much, Miss Miller. You have been very helpful.
Just go. Jen?
Why didn't you tell me about your first wife?
Have you any idea what it's been like for me to go through this again? It almost destroyed me the first time.
Why did she leave?
I don't know. I swear to God, I don't know.
You said they found her skeleton.
Yeah, I've only just been told. That's why I came home early, to tell you. Christ, please tell me you don't think I had anything to do with her death. She walked out on me.
So did Anna. And right now, I just can't deal with this.
Jamie.
I want Kevin Reid's house searched again. I've just left there. He's a right smarmy bastard.
He may be, but we've already done a very thorough
Just
search.
do it. Rip the place apart this time.
Right, if that's what you want, I'll set the wheels in motion.
Yes, it is what I want, Moira. Get it underway first thing in the morning.
Yes, sir, I'll oversee it personally.
Good.
I'm glad something is.
Would you like me to help you?
Don't touch one thing. You know, I don't care if you're having an affair with him. I don't care about that, but if you had anything to do with Anna, if you were the reason she left...
Mrs. Banks, Kevin and I were just friends before.
Well, you're a damn sight more now, aren't you? I've seen all your clothes in my daughter's wardrobe. You can't hide her. You can't get away from her by packing everything up and shoving it into a box.
Mrs. Banks, is Mr. Reid here?
What's all this about? I said Mrs. Banks could take everything. I don't want them here.
Oh, no, it's not just about your wife's belongings. We're going to need to search the entire house.
What are you looking for?
I have a search warrant, Mr. Reid.
Breakfast.
Lunchtime for me. I've been up since the crack. Development. During the search, we found a computer memory stick. Tech support at Newland Park have checked it over and they've found a file. It looks like a journal written by Anna.
Oh, you mean like a diary?
No, I mean a journal.
Oh, what did it say?
It's only just come in. I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
But I thought you checked over that computer before.
Yes, we did. There was nothing on it. Then we found this memory stick.
So how come you missed it first time around?
Because it wasn't with the computer files. It was in a sewing drawer, muddled up with the bloody reels of cotton. It is, in case you're not aware, just the size of a disposable lighter. Now, do you want to look at this printout of the journal? It may take some time.
I'll get some coffee. Do you want anything?
Oh, God, I am starving. I want pizza. I want cheese, pepperoni, olives, and... oh, no anchovies, thanks. I brought the fabric today and I'm going to start making up the dress. Be a surprise for Kevin. I think he must like it, as it's with all the other patterns.
Yeah, here's one from 4 weeks before she disappeared. Ronnie tried to hit Kevin for more money and became very abusive when Kevin said no. I really can't understand why Kevin takes this from him.
I've got one. 2 months before she disappeared. I've told Ronnie that Kevin can't keep him out of debt. He got angry when I said Kevin wasn't at home. Listen to this next passage. I know it was Ronnie. He was stalking me when I went to work, but when I told Kevin, he didn't believe me. We went out for dinner together. We've decided that it's time we may be trying for a baby. So fingers crossed. I love him so much.
God, you realise how important this is? Anna's diary, journal, whatever you want to call it. It really puts Ronnie in the frame.
I understand, but for Anna and not for Margaret. When Margaret disappeared, Ronnie was at a stock car race. Have you thought of trying patches? I told Kevin that Ronnie needs to get some help. He's really crazy and I'm scared. And then there's another reference to the dress she was making Sunday evening. That's her last entry about the dress being finished. Oh. Sad. She seems so nice.
And the next day she went missing. Walker. Oh, yeah, thanks for getting back to me. You did a search of Ronnie Reid's garage in Bedsit, didn't you? D.I. Mullins. Yeah, look, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, look, just strip it down again, will you? You're looking for a particular type of nail. It's an old-style flathead or diamond shape with unusual striation marks.
I want that taken out.
Sir.
It's the same kind of nail as Margaret's coffin.
Suspicion of the murder of Margaret Reid and the suspicion of kidnapping Anna Reid. Anything you say will be taken down and used against you in a court of law.
Son, let's get this over with it.
So, what's the consensus? Did Ronnie do it?
Well, you tell me. He's not as backward as you think, you know. Is that all you've got?
Nah. We've got Anna's diary from our computer. We know that Kevin shows up for his brother. Probably to keep him quiet.
He lives in a scummy bedsit. His garage barely ticks over. He's got an overdraft. He can't be paying him that much.
Have you got anything on a personal life?
No. All he seems to care about is stock car racing. In fact, he was in London when Margaret went missing.
What about when the second wife disappeared?
He was working in Glasgow, but there's no alibi witnesses, though. Is that really worth the plane ticket down?
Jackie boy, I spent 3 days in Glasgow and got Ronnie to admit seeing a box.
Mr. Jahid Jeffers, Ronald Reid's solicitor, is in with him already.
Jahid what? Does he need an interpreter?
He's actually a very experienced solicitor.
Yeah, I think I want you in with me in this one, Moira. We could do with a fresh pair of eyes. Would you look at the photographs again, please, closely? They are blow-up photographs of the nails used to hammer down the box lid.
My client stated when arrested that the nails found in his place of work are of a similar kind, but they belong to his late father.
Is that correct, Ronnie?
Yes.
Mr. Reid's father requested that the box be removed by my client's brother Kevin. He was irritated that it took up space in his house.
Mr. Jeffers, you can advise Ronnie as you see fit, but we'd appreciate it if you let him answer the questions for himself.
Ronnie, who built the box?
When Dad said that Kevin built it.
You borrow a lot of money from your brother, don't you?
Mr. Reid's estate was left to Kevin with the proviso that he shared the profits from the sale of his house and contents with Ronald.
Mr. Jeffers, please let Ronnie speak.
Did Kevin ever give you any of the profits, Ronnie?
I was always asking for money, but it was due to me.
Did you get on well with Margaret?
I should inform you that when my client returned to Glasgow and was informed his sister-in-law was missing, he joined the search parties. That's the first he knew of Margaret going missing.
Is that correct, Ronnie?
Yes.
Were you infatuated with her?
I was fond of her.
Just fond, or was there more to it? Did she reject you?
No.
You see, Ronnie, it's really difficult because we don't have the exact time of death. We only have the date she first went missing. It's possible Margaret was killed before you left London. Left in a box, and then you returned.
My client made a witness statement to Glasgow CID that on the day he left for London to compete in a stock car race, he saw Margaret.
So, Ronnie, take me through what happened on the day you went to see her.
She wanted me to have the dog.
Yes, Ronald said he...
Enough is enough, Jeffers. From now on, I want Ronnie to answer for himself. OK, take a look at this photograph of how Margaret's skeleton was found. Her legs were amputated so she could fit inside the box. Now, Ronnie, you provoked this inquiry because you stated that you saw that box at your dad's.
No, my client has stated he cannot be certain that this was the box he saw.
Somebody had cut up her body with a saw so that it could fit, Ronnie, fit inside this box. Then they took the nails and hammered down the lid, the exact same nails where they found it. Ronnie, stupid, sit down. Sit! I did not do that to Margaret! No, but you know who did that, right?
No.
Is that right, Ronnie? Huh?
No.
OK, I want to question you, but Anna Reid, your sister-in-law.
Excuse me?
Now, when I first mentioned Anna, you said you didn't even know that Kevin had remarried.
Excuse me?
Well, that was a lie.
What is it?
Because you did know her, and you met her on many occasions. No. You used to drive your brother's cars to London from Glasgow, didn't you? That's how he paid you off, buying expensive, customised vehicles.
Yes.
Yes, you did know Anna. Stop lying, Ronnie. We know you visited your brother's house. We know you made threatening phone calls to his wife. We know you knew her. So, was it because she was as beautiful as Margaret that you just couldn't stand it anymore?
No.
Arrange an overnight for D.I. Mullins. Make it a cheap B&B, will you? God, he's a sarcastic bastard, isn't he?
So are you.
Such?
3 of them sat like stuffed shirts in front of me. One in the middle taps his pencil and says, Detective Sergeant Satchel, we now have many homosexual officers. What are your feelings about the fact that 1 in 4 men is gay?
What?
I said, well, I know I'm straight, so it's got to be one of you 3. Yeah. I didn't think it was funny, so I got off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, but you sailed through the suspicious death scene, right?
Yeah, well, I thought I had, because the scenario was virtually identical to the one you warned me about, but I forgot about the biologist. I should have spent more time preparing.
You can always do it again. You'll get there eventually.
I really needed this, Mike. You know, Kay's pregnant again.
Hey, well, you've only got yourself to blame for that one, Satch.
No, I'm not work-obsessed like you, Mike. I can't just eat and sleep investigations.
Oh, well, don't worry, Satch. I'm sure with your experience you'll get yourself a nice, cushy security job.
Oh, sod off, Mike. You've got all your priorities stuffed up, you know. You don't even need to be here. You're on leave.
And you're on thin ice, Satch. I'm doing my job.
I've gone over the references to Ronnie and Anna's journal with Mr. Jeffers.
How was he?
A bit taken aback.
Yeah, I bet he was.
Do you know how many gays there are in the Met?
Male or female?
Chief Superintendent Walker, we need to discuss this computer journal allegedly kept by Anna Reid. I've gone over it with my client. He'd like to inform you of alibi witnesses.
Witnesses?
A number of entries that state my client was in London are incorrect. On 2 dates, Ronald has clear recall of where he was, and it was not in London. When his sister-in-law claims that she was certain she was being stalked, Mr. Reid states that he was with a prostitute called Megan Donnelly in Glasgow. The weekend Anna Reid disappeared, on the Saturday, my client was delivering a Mercedes to Newcastle. He saw Megan Donnelly that night also. Therefore, these entries are false. My client denies ever meeting Anna Reid. If you don't have any other evidence, I suggest you release him.
I'll consider his release when I've checked out these witnesses.
But my client refutes your allegations. Ronnie,
Your client brought up that box, and I'm damn sure knows a lot more than he's admitted. Until I'm satisfied he stays here.
But...
This isn't right. I remember her making the dress. She asked me if I had a red belt. That's why I remember the date. You're doing really well, Mrs. Banks. I really appreciate you coming in. This is another one. And I'm sure Anna never even met Kevin's brother. There's an entry here that says what Anna did. Had a hair appointment, manicure, and then worries about these weird phone calls.
There's also a reference to Anna being followed by Ronnie.
Yes. Now, I saw her on both afternoons. She was with me. We were shopping for my friend's wedding outfit, and I was the one who had the appointments, not Anna.
We'll get Anna's home computer and the memory stick examined by our technical unit, see if there's any inconsistencies.
I didn't know Anna even kept this journal. So what? She wrote it up on her computer. She was at the house. So surely Kevin could have had access to it.
The experts will be able to determine dates and times of entries, and whether any sections have been deleted or written over. Thanks for coming in, Mrs. Banks.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks.
What happened?
Beyond belief. They've arrested Ronnie for Margaret's murder, and they think he had something to do with Anna's disappearance.
Oh my God.
I've hired a very expensive solicitor.
I thought you said Anna didn't meet Ronnie.
She didn't, as far as I know.
Are you keeping these?
No.
They're all old.
Did they even take away the sewing machine?
Eileen took whatever they didn't want. You know what a busybody she is. To be honest, I can't hold it against her, you know. She worshipped Anna. This must be driving her crazy. Jen, I don't think I can go out tonight.
I'm gonna call and say.
No, you go. You go. You can make my excuses. Maybe not the right reasons, just... Sorry, I think I should stay here, just in case Ronnie or a solicitor calls. Okay, honey? Okay. You go. You've got a birthday present and everything.
Sure?
Yeah.
Won't be too late.
Why now? Why mention the box now?
Maybe you want to get his brother into trouble over the money.
You think the same as Mrs. Banks that Kevin inserted those entries into Anna Reid's journal?
To implicate Ronnie. Tit for tat.
No, there's more to this than tit for tat over money. Margaret Reid was butchered, her legs hacked off, she was stuck in a box and left to rot. By one of them or both.
Kevin seems the obvious one, and to be honest, Ronnie doesn't seem capable. Maybe one of them is a killer and the other brother's protecting him.
Yeah, but why wait 7 years to mention the bloody box?
Something jogged his memory, or pricked his conscience.
Yeah. Anna Reid. And she's dead. I know she is, and so do they. Ronnie. Someone has written lies about you. Someone has tried to implicate you in the disappearance of Anna Reid, possibly your brother. What do you have to say to that?
Nothing.
Let me ask you something. Why did it take so many years for you to even recall seeing the box? Why now? Was it out of spite?
I would not have harmed Margaret.
And Anna?
Never met her.
You will be released on police bail, Mr. Reid. You may have to stay in London. I may need to re-interview you. Once we've spoken to your alibi witnesses, you're free to go.
Ronnie, you all right?
Good time, huh?
Did you set that up?
Me? Nah. Coincidence.
Better get some ice for his nose and have an FME check if he's fit to be interviewed. Just breathe, it's all right.
Leave me alone!
So what happened, Mr. Reid? Did you find out that your wife Margaret was sweet on your brother? Huh? Do you know he's still got her photograph up in his garage?
You've met my brother. He's practically illiterate, and you saw what he can do.
So you've got your loser brother shagging your wife. And that didn't bother you, no?
You know, you're really plumbing the depths with these accusations. Especially as neither woman can defend herself.
Yeah, Anna's dead, isn't she?
I don't know. Look, if your intention is to put me under pressure with these farcical inferences that either of my wives had sexual relationships with my brother, then it isn't having the effect you want. I knew both my wives very well, and I can assure you that neither of them would contemplate having a sexual relationship with the likes of Ronnie.
How can you be sure?
Because I knew them. I loved them. They loved me.
Why did they walk out on you then?
I don't know. Perhaps I was too obsessed with work and didn't spend enough time with them.
Is this the vehicle you were driving at the time your first wife went missing?
Yeah.
Can you explain the two grooves on either side of the boot?
Well, I don't recall ever seeing them.
What about this one? Do you recall this one? That's the box that Margaret's skeleton was inside.
Oh, I'm still a little confused. Surely that's too small for a body to be inside.
Oh no, Kevin, not if it was cut off at the knees. Did you make this box, Mr. Reid?
I've already said that I built numerous and quite possibly similar ones from when I moved from Glasgow to London.
Do you recognise these?
Yeah. My father had lots of these in his toolbox, but then he was a master carpenter.
You were Margaret's dentist, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, can you just explain to me, Kevin, how come you ended up giving over the wrong set of dental x-rays to the Glasgow police?
As I recall, an officer helped himself to Margaret's dental record. Wasn't it you? Anyway, all I know is a file was taken. If it was the incorrect one, then they made the mistake. In his defence, I had numerous patients with the same surname. There was Megan, Mavis, there was a Morag. It's an easy mistake to make.
Did you kill your wife?
No, I did not, and I now wish to have a solicitor present if you wish to continue questioning me. Can I go? There are no charges against me or my brother, correct? But there is a rather obvious blue van parked opposite my property, registration number ALS309. Now, I'm aware that this is a surveillance vehicle and without due course or reason for monitoring my private life. I'm sure this is a breach of my human rights, so I want it removed or I will take legal action.
Oh, that was a waste of time, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, what else could I do, Jack? I mean, we've got nothing on him and he bloody well knows it. He's one step ahead of us and always has been. Like providing the wrong dental records for Margaret.
I never picked up the dental records, Mike.
Mike, I've had Bill Hennessy on the phone. He says it's urgent.
Oh, look, would you tell him I'm busy?
Yeah, it's about your mother.
Thanks, man.
Is she dead? Because if she is, he's going to have to go up there and sort it out, isn't he? Kind of flatlines the inquiry a little bit, doesn't it?
I think I'll be able to handle it. Thanks.
Have they found her? Aye, they're like homing pigeons, man. She's trying to get back into her own flat. They're just checking her over now. Can't get much sense out of her.
How the hell did she manage to get out of here and make her way over to the estate?
She picked up a visitor's code.
She would? How long's she been missing?
Only since last night.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Your mother seems none the worse for her disappearing act. You can see her now.
Thanks.
I'll wait for you here, Mike, all right?
She did have a fall, so be warned there are some bruises. But when they're frail, they often look a lot worse than they are. We think she may have taken a tumble on the stairs. I brought in a little radio for her. She loves music. Mrs. Walker, your son is here.
I was at competition level. Never like the waltz or the quick step, but the rumba, the cha-cha-cha. Got to be light on your feet. My husband, he never danced with me. Not once.
Mrs. Walker, you've got a visitor. It's your son.
I made my own dress for the old-time medley. Big skirt, sequins, yards of net.
She's fine. Nothing broken except maybe her dreams. The radio, if you want me to turn it off.
No, I just want to see her. Hello, Ma. It's Mike.
If you didn't have the right shoes. Oh, but I saved up. I did extra crewing work. Oh, but they were silver, strappy, just a little heel. Never danced with me. Had to be a secret, or it'd get nasty.
Would you dance with me? Well, let's go find Ronnie's tar.
Ah, you know, dentist, flash car. We never liked him. But Margaret was impressionable.
Do you think Ronnie could have come on to Anna? You know, the second wife. Maybe out of spite to get back at Kevin.
The only person Ronnie should have got back at was his dad. You know, Stammer? Well, he never had that until his father beat the shit out of him. Right drunken bastard he was. Ah. This is it. Eh? Ronnie a regular, was he? Can't you believe it? Never thought Ronnie would use tarts. Then again, I never knew him, you know. Margaret used to knock about with him before Kevin came in the scene. Before she dumped him like a hot potato.
What? You stay here. Do some thinking. See if you remember anything else you should have told me.
Well, what can I say? I see him quite regular, but no like weekly. Sometimes months in between. He's an alright bloke. No funny stuff, straight.
The last time Ronnie was here, about 8 months ago. Are you sure about the correct date?
Yeah, I've been asked about it. It was booked in, paid by credit card.
Credit card?
Yeah, for her protection. Full massage, said he really needed it, that his back was killing him, that he'd been doing a lot of driving, or maybe it was stock car racing, I know he does that.
Megan, did he seem nervous or agitated when he was here? I mean, I know you girls have a way of putting your clients at ease, but was there anything different about him?
No, didn't talk a lot. Just that he delivered a car to London, then another to Newcastle, got a backache.
Just say that to me again. He delivered a car to London that same weekend?
Well, yeah. That's what he said.
You are an absolute doll.
up for you.
It's a bloody murder inquiry. They already had a search warrant.
I can get it after you.
Door was open, was it?
Yeah, I get tired waiting.
This better be worth it.
Well, could be. Ronnie Reid was in London the time Anna went missing. He could have driven her body back here.
Could have brought Margaret back here.
I stripped the place. She's not here.
Nothing.
She's not in his bed set. The place is clean. Give me that.
Petrol receipt. London. March 16th. Ronnie was lying.
Tech guys have confirmed that some of the journal entries on the memory stick were made after Anna Reid disappeared.
By Kevin.
He had access to it.
Well, we know Ronnie was lying about not being in London at the weekend. He drove the Porsche down from Glasgow on Friday the 16th.
But he was back in Glasgow on the Saturday night. Anna's last seen on the Friday by a neighbour. Saturday, Sunday, Kevin claims they spent the whole weekend together. Monday, he goes to work, reports her missing later that afternoon.
What if he killed her on the Friday? Give him plenty of time to dispose of the body.
We've got CCTV footage from near the house for the whole weekend, and Anna doesn't appear on any of it.
Well, let's check it again, and this time we look for the Porsche.
I know you were brought on to cover for Walker, but that's no reason to behave like him. You check it. I was out in the waiting room having a chat with your boss, and he said it was okay to come and check this out. Explain to me how many drugs it would take to... I'm a real coward when it comes to the dentist. You know, you have to knock me right out, Valium drip. Can you tell me what other sort of drugs a dentist has access to, specifically to drug a patient? Immobilise them.
Why are you asking me this?
Because we're concerned for your safety.
Mine?
It's possible Kevin Reid killed his first wife. Maybe even his second. With these sort of medical supplies, it would be easy for him to administer some sort of drug, and that would enable him... Miss Miller, you look like you need the chair. Sit down. If you know something, don't protect him.
I'm not protecting him. But I think he's right. This really is harassment, and it's putting a strain on both of us.
I'm sorry about that. Does Kevin Reid have a laptop here?
There's a computer in reception. Why?
Maybe some reference to his brother delivering Kevin's Porsche that weekend that Anna disappeared.
Yes, he did. It was on the Friday afternoon. He returned by train to Glasgow.
You seem very well informed, Miss Miller.
I did not want to admit this to you. Neither of us did. That weekend, after Kevin got the car, he collected me. And I spent the entire weekend with him in Cornwall.
And did Anna Reid know about the two of you?
Yes. Kevin thinks it's the reason she left.
Hello, Ronnie. I was hoping you'd be in touch.
We've got to meet. I
I want to see you face to face, Kevin, because look, I want my money, right?
I was thinking the same thing. Why don't you come on over? I'll wait for you and get it straightened out.
You'll get your money. Want more, because I know what you did to Margaret. I know. It was an accident. No, it wasn't. What about Anna? I believed you, didn't I? Well, she was wearing Margaret's dress. She wasn't. It was a coincidence. She found a stupid pattern. You've always been a hot-headed bastard, Ronnie. I want my money. All right. I can't get it straight away. How's it going to look if I suddenly cash that amount? Oh, sorry for you, eh? You're shagging that woman. What about me? What, Jenny? She's an alibi. I don't give a fuck about her. I loved Anna. Oh, Kevin, how long do I have to wait? Ronnie, you promised me. You're the one that brought up that fucking box. Just give me Shut up! Here you go. The Porsche. View of the driver's not clear.
Could be Ronnie.
Time's 4:15 p.m. Friday the 16th.
I'm not playing silly buggers anymore. I want the pair of them arrested.
Jenny Miller's in reception. She's worked up about something.
You need to get over there. They were having an argument, shouting at one another, and...
Did they know you were there?
No. I hid in the garage. I was scared because of what they were saying.
What the hell is surveillance up to?
It was removed 2 days ago. What did you overhear, Miss Miller?
Ronnie was saying it was an accident, that Anna was wearing Margaret's dress. Kevin said it was some kind of coincidence that she... I couldn't hear it all. And he was preparing something.
Who? Kevin? Ronnie?
Kevin. You know, after what you asked me about drugs. It was a hypodermic needle.
Shit. It's his brother he wants to do away with. He's still alive. Get an ambulance.
Stop!
Roll that out for me, will you?
We found his passport.
He's probably got another. This is almost the size of a carpet, yeah? Roll it out, tie up the edges, you've got an area to cut up a body. If Margaret Reid's body was frozen, then cut up, she would not leave many traces of blood, just bone and skin chips. Wrap her up in this, and hey presto.
I just had it confirmed. There was a freestanding freezer at Kevin Reid's Glasgow home.
Knew it. That's how he did it. He froze Margaret to death.
The last description of what Margaret was wearing when she disappeared was a black and white check dress with a red belt. It's the same dress that Anna was making. That last entry in her journal was the day she finished the dress. This dress.
Ronnie. What? What do you mean you've got Anna with you? Okay, where? No, don't. I'll meet you there. I'll be there. Ronnie, don't hang up, Ronnie. Don't hang up. Ronnie?
Right. I want this blasted out. Newspapers, TV, put out an all-ports warning.
Go from the hospital. It's Ronnie. He's gone.
Dead?
No, gone. Escaped.
Why the fuck weren't they watching him?
Kevin Reid.
Oh, give me some good news.
He just tried to offload the Porsche, but the sales guy got suspicious when he wanted to exchange for cash, so he legged it. AMPR spotted him heading up the A413.
What's he up to? There's nothing up there.
Westport, stock car racing circuit.
Where?
It's where Ronnie was when Margaret disappeared. It'll be a rendezvous. That's where the brothers will meet up.
Let's go.
Not long enough to find this place. What did you mean about being with Anna, Ronnie?
Used to have stock car racing here. Closed down about 5 years ago.
For Christ's sake, what did you mean about Anna?
Why did you do that to Margaret? I was here. You know, I won the race. Tell me, why did you do that? Was it because of me? Was it? Because of me?
Fuck's sake. It has nothing to do with you. I was sick of her. Sick of that fucking dog attacking me. Sick of her bleating that she wouldn't leave Glasgow. I wanted something more from life, Ronnie. She would never have let me go. Fucking idiot!
He's gone.
Where did you get the dress? This belongs to Margaret.
Oh God! Help! Help! No! No!
He loved her!
No!
Margaret! He loved her! He loved her!
Gov! Yeah. Search!
It's the checkered dress. Red belt. We found Anna.
Both dead. And it's over.
No, I have to go and see Anna's mother, and then there'll be the funeral. It's not over.
Thanks, Myra.
Mike, thanks for bringing me on the team.
I've been pretty stressed recently. Not the case, the job, I mean. I'm always up against it.
How's your old lady doing?
I think she'll be fine, thanks. Have you noticed I've stopped smoking?
No. Really?